Hey guys, welcome back to PristineZReads. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Piper's Pursuit, book number 10 in the Hagenheim series by Melanie Dickerson. This is the no spoiler review. If you would like the super in-depth detailed review, please check out my super spoiler video. Okay, so let's get to it. First up is my summary. So, The Piper's Pursuit is a retelling of The Pied Piper. Normally, I don't think of that as much as like a fairy tale or like a romance story, but I mean, Melanie Dickerson did an amazing job with it, and it's an amazing retelling. Alright, so I'm gonna get straight into the summary right now. So, The Piper's Pursuit opens up with introducing us to Katerina Ludkin, and Katerina is very brave but yet oddly hostile at the same time. Katerina is the stepdaughter of Henrik Grimmelin, the Burgomeister of Hamelin. Katerina is suspicious of her father's ruling ethics and his money management, maybe suspecting that he is guilty of corrupt management of the town. But because her father abuses her and her mother sometimes, she is forced to keep silent and does not dare to go to anyone with her suspicions. But she faces threats everywhere. There is a huge plague of unnaturally large rats infesting the town, and there's also the problem of a bunch of children from Hamelin missing, and these children are rumored to have been taken and eaten by this wolf, and people who have seen it and escaped alive have died from their wounds becoming infected. But from what those people have said, it sounds like this beast is a unnaturally large wolf, and so they've taken to calling it the Beast of Hamelin. And people are afraid, not letting their children out of sight, as they fear that their children will be the next to get snatched by the beast. Then one day, the handsome but brash son of Duke Gerstenberg, Stefan Gerstenberg, comes to Hamelin, seeking glory, riches, and rewards. Stefan is immediately taken by Katerina at first sight, but she wants nothing to do with an arrogant, wealthy son of a duke who is rumored to be a drunkard and a troublemaker. Stefan used to be a drunkard, but he isn't anymore. He hears Henrik is offering a reward of 10,000 silver guilders to the person who either 1. captures or kills the beast, or 2. rids the town of its plague of rats. He is definitely intrigued and determined to do one or both of those two things. However, when he visits the Grimmelin home, he is slightly uneasy and wary of the way Henrik treats Katerina, her mother, and Stefan. He follows Katerina around, much to her annoyance, and tries to gain her trust and cooperation. He tries to get a feel for what is going on in this strange town, but to do that he needs Katerina to help him. But Katerina is strangely hostile, bitter, and unfriendly towards him. Will Stefan get Katerina to trust him so they can cooperate and possibly save their town? Or will she stay closed off and hostile, and the rats and the beast destroy their town? You'll have to find out. Alrighty, now for the morals of the book. First step is Christian beliefs / other worldviews. This one didn't carry like a huge Catholic influence, and I'm thankful for that. There were a few mentions of, crossing yourself, confessing to a priest, being absolved, that sort of thing. Otherwise, I loved the theme of going to the cross to lay down your burdens, and there was strong faith represented here. Alright, next up is violence. There were some fights, nothing overly descriptive or bloody. There's some good detail, and there were also a few killings, so I would mention caution if you're sensitive to that. Katerina and her mother are also abused by Henrik. He likes to slap them, hit them, punish them, that sort of thing. There's also a mention of him trying to take advantage of Katerina when she was little, but he failed, and that made her more suspicious and scared of him, so she always carried a knife with her as a result, and that's why she's always been hostile towards men in general. I should have mentioned that was a mini spoiler, but yeah, Anyways, also the Beast of Hamelin got a few mentions. There were some mentions of them like killing people, and the people they found that were dead had like ripped arms, bloody faces, things like that. But yeah, that's it for violence. Next up is romance. I'd say this is neither low nor high in this level, it's medium. All clean, nothing inappropriate. There was a mention of a guard, and I quote, looking lecherously at Katerina, but she slapped him and he didn't try it again. Next is alcohol. Anyone who's read The Warrior Maiden might know that Stefan had a problem with drinking, and there's one point in the story when Henrik tries to tempt Stefan with strong drink, but Stefan had sworn never to do it again and refuses Henrik's temptations. Henrik got drunk in a few scenes as well and tried to coerce Stefan into drinking with him, but Stefan didn't give in and resisted temptation. Yeah, that's it for alcohol. Next up is my rating and recommended age level. So I'm gonna rate this one 5 stars. Okay, seriously, by far it had the highest suspense, action, and danger level out of the entire series so far. The Peasant's Dream could be different, who knows? But yeah, and for people who love like thrillers and mystery like me, you'll definitely like this. Although I did think the end was a bit predictable. But yeah, anyways, I loved this a lot. I'm gonna put my recommended age level to 13 to 14 plus. But yeah, I loved it so much. You should all read it. Seriously, it's amazing. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Bye! He focused on the food in his bowl. The frumenty contained juicy chunks of pork and was delicious. And he didn't even like frumenty.
What's frumenty?
By the way, Shona, frumenty is like porridge. Just thought you wanted to know, maybe.
Of course I wanted to know, like, I asked you.
As soon as he'd inhaled the last spoonful, the servants entered and whisked away his bowl, replacing it with a plate.
I could get used to that. As soon as I finish my meal, someone replaces it with a full plate. Yes!
A servant laid a slice of bread in the middle of the plate, then ladled meat and gravy on the bread. More dishes, stewed fruit and cooked vegetables swimming in sauces, all steaming hot, were brought in on large platters and set in the middle of the table.
I've never had bread, meat, or gravy before, but I sure could get used to eating big platters and quantities of it.
Take some of everything, Henrik boomed. A young man like you needs his strength. Eat up. There's plenty of food in the kitchen.
A young dog like me needs to eat a lot of food too. I need my strength. So, Pristine, take me to the kitchen. I need to eat food now!